me just unbuffer for one quick second. We've been buffered hours straight. Let me unbuffer for one quick second. Mike's ass. Go back to buffering. Let me just unbuffer.
What just happened?
For one quick second. We've been buffered hours straight. Let me unbuffer for one quick second. Mike's ass.
Well,
go
that's
back
how
to
it goes,
buffering.
doesn't it? It's
Let me
good
just
stuff.
unbuffer.
Oh, what's up, guys? Hey, listen, if you're watching Tyson, God bless you. Go watch it. I'll be here when you're done. But I'm not watching. I don't have Netflix anymore, so you guys enjoy. But I'm gonna be keeping up with the. Stream here. The latest on Twitter. So anyways, Tyson's back though, baby. I'm excited for this night, but I had to come on. I missed you guys. It's been a long week. I've been up in the mountains of North Carolina helping people, and so I missed my last two streams, and that's not normal for me. So I thought I'd give you guys a little Friday special. There's so much to talk about. My God. These Trump cabinet appointments, it's just unbelievable. RFK Jr., Matt Gates, I've just been checking in when I can, and my mind is being blown. So anyways, I'm going to have a beer with you guys. I'm not going to stay on super long. I'm going to go over some of the news, talk a little bit, and then I'm going to catch you more later. But first, let me say hey to everybody. Kasink, what's up? Auto Mags, Alice Fordham, Brian T, Stone Now what's going on, guys? Brian, go work, baby. We get it. Vin Man, Joe Scarpazza, Stella Artois, what's going on? Anastasio, Oscar in the Hizzy, John Cox, Kim Wiley, Pat Chagoya. I know it's about to go down. I get it. You guys can watch when you want. Whatever. Trump is kicking ass. That's right. Shadow government. Yeah, there's some craziness going on. Deep State's got some of their sleeves. Eventually something's going to happen with the Deep State, but they seem like they're really on their heels. Now they are. Listen, okay, so first off, my Tuesday stream got completely wiped away. Did you guys notice that? Just disappeared from the face of the earth. I woke up the next morning. We put in a good stream that night. Did the work. It was going to be my last stream for the week, and it just disappeared. And it's like, man, are you kidding me? And I know why. I'm not going to talk about tonight because I don't want this one to get cut off too, but it rhymes with rerection fraud. But I covered all that on Tuesday and how there's some shady stuff going on, and went into some details, and then all of a sudden next morning it's just gone. Not demonetized, straight up gone. So I did post the link to Rumble so you guys can go watch it over there. I recommend it. They're still working on it right now, man. There's some crazy stuff going on, but I'm not going to cover it on here on YouTube because it's too dangerous. I don't want to risk it. It's not worth it right now. We can talk about it another time. I'll do like a full-on link just to Rumble or something. But I can tell everybody's watching Tyson. My views are really low. That's okay. I don't mind. You guys can watch the replay later. But let's just go through some of the stuff here today, this week, guys, because things are getting feisty. What I'm hearing is, so we got Tulsi Gabbard for DNI. We got Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, RFK for Health and Human Services. What's his other name? I already talked about the Secretary of Defense guy, but just bomb picks, monster picks. I mean, already people are threatening to quit. It's awesome. It's exactly what we want. Everybody's out there talking like, is Trump going too far? Is he pulling off his political capital? This isn't what people voted for. Hell yeah, it's what we voted for. Clean up the government. Break it down. You know what we don't want anymore? What's not constitutional? A bureaucratic state that actually rules us. That's what we don't freaking want. And if it all is destroyed and rebuilt from scratch, then I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and pretty much every MAGA person is as well. Just blow it all up. And that's why these picks are awesome in my opinion. I am so so excited. But Gates, dude, he's unbelievable. But this is why we want it down. I mean, look at this. This came out this week from Blinken. Every dollar we have at our disposal, we push to Ukraine between now and January 20th when Trump takes office. Every dollar. You hear that? Like, this is why we want these people gone. And I'm telling you guys, America's coming back. We're coming back, and we're coming back hard. Now, what are they going to pull? I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, there's two options. Either they are so soundly defeated, they just don't have much to give, and we're going to be just in an amazing place going forward. Or, and it doesn't mean they won't fight at all. But I tell you what, I've been watching a lot of and listening to a lot of podcasts and videos lately on the left, especially their podcast peeps. And man, these people are not. They don't have the same fight in them they had in them before. And we're talking people who have crazy ties to behind the scenes, all kinds of stuff like that, where they know people, and none of them have that fight in them like in the past. They just don't. They're scared. They're weak. They're giving up. People left and right on all these YouTube sites like David Pakman. They're losing thousands of subscribers because their people are checking out. They're just done. I think they just got beat so bad, and I think there were deals done before, behind the scenes, I should say. I really do. I mean, you saw how Biden was so happy to see Trump. It's like they're old besties, you know? I mean, there's something going on. And what's interesting is I think it's different than what all of us expected. And I think what happened is that the election was such a massive defeat. They are shocked. I think they're still in shock. I don't think they had a plan for if Trump won big. I really don't. Yeah, Cassink, I know. I'm not talking about it tonight on the stream. I see you there, though, and you're absolutely right. I'm not going to talk about it on the stream because they pulled my video the other day, and I think that's why. So we'll talk about it another time. Maybe I'll start a stream on here one night and then tell you guys we're moving over to Rumble for the rest of the talk, and we'll go through all what's going on with that stuff. Because right now, YouTube's still censoring that stuff. I don't think it'll be able to happen once Trump's in office, but for now, they're censoring. So we're not going to talk about that. But you're absolutely right, and we're watching it in real time. It's pretty crazy. If you guys want to know what we're talking about, just go to Twitter and search what's going on with the McCormick and Casey race right now. It is insane. It's insane. Will the mask come off Biden? I don't think so. I don't think so. Listen, I don't think that's real. I don't. I've seen so many things, so many conspiracies, and I just don't think that one's real. I just don't. I think the crazier we get, it gets a little too wild. I've seen too much at this point. I think if that was going to be true, other stuff would have been going on the Joe Biden mask thing. Alan Kranz, Dems are looking at 2022, Senate, House again. You mean 2026? Well, here's the deal on that, Alan. I actually believe that we're going to see one of the big pushes that's going to happen with Trump and the Capitol he's built up. He's going to do the Senate appointments first, the confirmations. He's going to do the it's going to be confirmations. Then they're going to get the taxes done because they can't have the Trump tax cuts expire. That's next year. They won't let that happen. The Republicans won't let that happen. Then they're going to be going after two things. Immigration, which Trump can almost single-handedly do himself, but they're going to want a law, too, to make it a little more long-lasting. And then the other thing is going to be election. They are going to go after election. They said it's one of the first things they're going to tackle. And it's going to be paper ballots, one day only, and nationwide voter ID. If that happens, 2026 will not be a landslide for the Democrats. It won't. They have one shot, and it's to, you know what. It's not straight up with them. And if we make it so they can't do all that stuff, I just don't see it. I know. So now I've seen all the videos. I'll tell you what, he looks different. There's a lot of evidence that's very intriguing on those mask ideas. But I just ultimately come back to the fact that it's like, if that was true, I think there would have been something bigger going on than just an election. You know what I mean? So, yeah, closing the Department of Education, term limits. Yeah, term limits is going to be a tough one because I think that has to be a constitutional amendment. So that's going to be a real tough one. I do. I'm not sure on that. I'll have to double check, but I do think it has to because I think it's in the Constitution. Well, maybe not. Maybe the Constitution just says when the elections are and how often they can be voted in. So I could be wrong on that. They might not say they get to stay in. Except for House members, they're elected every 2 years. So I don't know. Yeah, Netflix has been terrible tonight, which is another reason I thought I could come on because is it still not showing the stream? Is it still bad? Let's go to the latest news on Tyson-Paul here. I'll keep checking in here to see if there's any news, but it looks like, yeah, it's coming on Netflix. So 12 a.m. So we'll see what happens. But it really speaks about the fake Fetterman. The Fetterman thing is interesting too. I mean, it definitely, I don't know if it was a temporary body double or what. Because now he seems fine. But all three announcers are color commentators for his Netflix crap as 3 POCs. I know, Stella. I started the program showing his butt out. Here's an example of Tyson, the picture with Tyson. That's exactly what he looked like. But so anyways, but guys, I'm just telling you, I know it's not, there's, whoa, okay. I can't stay on here. That's some pornography starting to show up. That's disgusting. Oh my God. Yeah, this is fun. I didn't mean to pull this up. Our Federal Reserve emergency BTFP dropped by a shocking $30 billion this week, leaving only $26 billion left. Jerome Powell pulling the liquidity rug away to trigger crisis, exactly like 2020. We'll see what happens there, but this does kind of tie into what I was going to say. It's not clear sailing from here. Okay, it's not. We're going to get to Trump's going to get inaugurated. There's going to be battles. Obviously, we didn't want John Thune in the Senate, even though it seemed like it was kind of a done deal from the beginning. But it's going to be a fight next year. There's going to be a lot of fights to get stuff done. We got so many other fights to go for. The economy is still looking like it's on pace to have a major tank. And what we're all wondering is, what shady stuff are the Democrats going to pull? And I'm starting to believe that the Democrat Party itself is pretty fragmented and powerless right now in most ways. I don't think they're going to be able to challenge Trump in any meaningful way. So, but what else is going to happen? Well, I think we're going to see this. They're going to leave him with a crippled economy. I don't know when it's going to happen, but between now and next February, I think there's going to be a major downturn in our economy. And they're going to pull that, and hopefully what they're going to hope to do is cripple his presidency with an awful economy, is my opinion. And we might see other stuff that's weird, some cyber attacks, stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, once Trump gets in charge of the military and in charge of everything else, even if they fight on some areas, it's not going to last for long. Again, we got the win we needed. God and whatever else you guys believe in came in through the absolute biggest way possible. We needed a massive destructive win, and then we got it. It came in so big that I think it put them on their heels and shocked them. And that is, does it make it a little dangerous? Yes, but at the same time, it was so overwhelming. I think they're still gathering themselves, and I don't know if they're going to have much left when they finally are gathered. I think Joe Biden has cut a deal behind the scenes with Trump, maybe to avoid being prosecuted. I don't know what it is, but Biden does not seem like he's going to be putting up any fight. And that's a major wing of the Democratic Party. Pelosi's old and pretty much neutered at this point. The Obama coalition has been completely destroyed. Kamala's got nothing left. So I think all that we're going to see left is some attacks from people in the finance realm, which could be like the Federal Reserve, Treasury Secretary, stuff like that, behind the scenes stuff, and then maybe some shady stuff pulled by maybe some intelligence agencies type stuff, maybe cyber attacks, so on and so forth. But I don't think it's going to be as big as a lot of us thought might happen. At this point, I just don't. I don't think this quiet is just them planning. I really don't. I think this quiet, a lot of it is that they're trying to figure out what they can possibly do now because they were knocked back so hard. And yeah, I just have this feeling that things are going to, smooth is the wrong word, but I think we're going to break through a lot in the next few months, and it's going to move forward with a lot of momentum on it, and it's not going to be able to be stopped. And I think we keep moving. We're going to see a lot of major changes here soon. And good things. I don't think we're going to go through as hard a times as I thought originally we might when Trump won. And I think part of the miracle of that is that it wasn't close. I think if it was close, they were going to unleash riots, all hell breaking loose. I think they were going to unleash lawsuits, and they were going to make it very difficult to come into office. But it was so overwhelming. I don't think they can do that now. I just don't. So, you date a girl that dated Tyson? For real? That's crazy. Jimmy Carter created Department of Education 79. Trump will shut down. Yeah, he will. It's a mess. It's absolutely disgusting mess. Randy Lockfield, 91% political donations for Federal Reserve employees were made to Democrat candidates. That does not surprise me. What a do the one. Hawkeye Man. Will Patrick Byrne be SEC chairman? You know, I'm starting to think there's a lot of weird stuff going on with Patrick Byrne. He left the country and he says he's sick. He's not feeling well. He's not available to do much right now. He did tweet that he'd be willing to serve for 100 days. Why would Trump go through the fight of getting him in there if he'd only serve for 100 days? I don't know. I think Byrne's kind of setting himself up to not be it. Doesn't mean he won't be an advisor or anything like that. But I don't know. There's just some weird stuff going on with Patrick Byrne right now. So I'm not sure if it's going to work out. It almost seems like he doesn't want to do it full time if he got the chance. So I don't know. So no, I'd be a little concerned if Biden steps down. Biden's not stepping down. He's going to see through his term. Just watch. Brett, in 2021, National Institute, NIH, got $549,000 to a Russian lab performing experiments on cats, moving part of their brains, seeing if they could still walk on treadmills. What? Is this a Doge tweet? The Senate BS screw up MAGA? No, it's not going to screw up MAGA. It might slow it down a little bit. They might fight a couple of political appointments. But here's the deal. I think the Senate is mostly playing games. Kind of like a flex, like, you don't own us, Trump. When in fact, I don't know if they're going to have the guts to fight him that much. They might be able to hold back one cabinet pick, but I don't think so. I think Trump is full control of the party. I think he's much more powerful than they are willing to fight against. John Thune does not want to start his Senate term as majority leader fighting Donald Trump, the most powerful Republican in our history, probably. I don't think he wants to do that. So I think the Senate stuff is more for their sake than ours. It's more of their sake to say, yeah, look, we still get to say who's our leader. You can't control us. And then they're just going to go along with most stuff. I think, there'll be a little disappointment from it, but I don't think it's going to be as big a deal as people are making it up to be. Your cat's pissed off. Senate thing can be neutralized by vice president. I don't know about that. We need to call senators, even primary against all rhino. We need to challenge all of them. Yeah, if they fight us, absolutely. Elon Musk has already said he'll fund any primary challengers to people who vote against the cabinet. Scott Pressler will go out against him. Trump will start calling people out. They don't want that. They know they'll lose. You just can't. You can't beat the MAGA machine in the Republican Party right now. You just can't. Brett says Doge is going to be interesting, which is Department of Government Efficiency. Really hoping they publish who authored the endowments. Oh, it'd be amazing. Like, subscribe. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, hit like, share, subscribe. Thanks, guys. I'm a little tired today. I've been going hard last few days, guys, so bear with me. This is not going to be a long live. It's more of a catch-up, and I'll be back at full strength here soon, but I need a little sleep. But I want to show you guys what I was doing. So this is where I was at in North Carolina, working the last couple days. And first of all, it was beautiful. So here's a little beauty shot, and you can't even see it. But that's a beauty shot at the top right there. Let me make these a little larger. So, but over here, you just see the destruction. Now, this was a guy's farm area by the river, and just what it pushed up. And this is this right here on the bottom right. That's actually a full-on RV that was just picked up by the river and slammed into trees. This over here on the left is like what his fence looks like. It's just nonstop debris just stuck in it. This long barbed wire fence. Up here is just more of the destruction. That's just an idea of what I was working on, helping this guy clean up his property. But anyways, it's just crazy. So did I lose weight helping out? I don't know. I ate pretty good when I was up there. I did do that. So now it says, I think we'll add more Senate seats next year when Trump's in office, get to the bottom of the cheating. Maybe. And it's very possible. So now what? You could be right. Absolutely. That is all going to be investigated, and I'm very excited about that. DC and others are scared knowing Elon has Twitter files. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. The recess appointment thing's interesting. If they can pull it off, he'll get everybody he wants, and it'll go through easy for at least 2 years. But the question is, can they pull that off? It's not going to be easy. It's not. And we would rather have them fully confirmed. That way they can stay the full 4 years with no limits. But you know, we'll take what we can get to get these guys in. As you can see, they all the right people hate his picks. Here's the big pharma stocks since RFK was announced. Biotech, Moderna, and Novavax just tanking. All terrified of RFK, which is beautiful. And then I hear FDA people are getting ready to resign. FBI is getting ready to resign. All over the place. DOJ people were resigning. So this is what we want. This is what we want. So now, what the heck? There just might be a lot of open seats in the House and the Senate once Epstein list gets disposed. Well, that's true too. Yeah, who knows? That's the other thing, guys. Nobody's talking about that. What will happen when a lot of this gets declassed, which is declassified? It's going to be fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Al, U.S. dollar will be gaining strength day by day. Stock market will follow. You think the stock market will follow going up? I mean, I think we have to go through a cleanup at some point before that can happen. But I do believe long term, you're absolutely right. How are we supposed to get rid of naked shorting? Brett says, Patrick Byrne's been threatened. I think financial problems are bigger than we think. We already think it's off the chart. Yeah. Brett, I think you might be right. Yeah. Hawkeye Man, Byrne is a great way to get rid of naked shorting, but he's not the only way. Not the only way. Stella, you still carnivore? That's awesome, man. Randy, cheering for mass recognition. We want them all to resign, you know? D-class brings down law of Congress. I agree. And as far as the naked shorting thing, guys, on our stocks, listen, Trump could, and listen, it's great for us that Trump's own stock is being attacked. Great for us, because it means Trump is invested in it. And so if Trump gets up there and he's pissed off, it's very possible he just says, I'm going to put an executive order on ban on short selling temporarily. That's completely possible. And so he doesn't need the SEC chair to do that. So there's a lot of things that could happen. A lot of things that could happen. Oh, God, job at Burger King. Wrapping burgers. Is anybody watching Tyson? I want to know what's going on. Let's see here. Oh, it's just now starting. Okay. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Patrick's out November 18th. Out of where? Let them resign this way. They don't have to pay unemployment or severance. Yeah, they might not even have to pay those things if they're fired. They might not have to be. So, but even if they did, think about it. Think about what our federal government wastes on everything every year. If they have to pay 3 months of severance to get rid of these guys for good, well worth the cost. Well worth the cost. So, but resigning is the best. He said that he's going to go in on day one, and he's got 600 names on the FDA. This is RFK, who he's willing to get rid of. And that's just day one. I bet it spreads from there as they look into more and more stuff. This is, it's just incredibly exciting. Here's Mark Halperin on the Senate fight for the confirmations. He says, here's one factor that those who say the Matt Gaetz nomination is dead, they're not considering this. Every Republican senator has donors, friends, staffers, constituents, and sometimes kin who want something from Trump administration, especially jobs. You think the Trump White House is going to help out any senator who comes out against Gaetz? That isn't even politics 101. That's politics 1. Exactly right. This is not going to be easy for them to defeat. It's not. The Trump pressure, because Trump's not messing around. He'll say, if you cross Trump, he will ruin all the extra stuff you want. So all the extra stuff you want. FDA's an ag department. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. There'll still be some quitting. I have a feeling Trump's going to give RFK a lot of control still, even over that. I really do. But he's in charge of NIH, HHS, and CDC, right? Is that right? Brett, there's already a rule in place for no short selling, no dark pool trading. Gensler used about 3 years ago for about 3 days. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, the DOJ will investigate. I feel very confident about this. Gensler is announcing his retirement on Monday. Clip about Gaetz on your Bradley account? You'll have to send it to me, John. Al, being an investor means be patient. Many of us have been patient for a few years, but it's worthwhile to continue to do so. I agree. Well, let's think about the Trump thing. Okay? Think about Trump. We had Mad Max, none of us know. So it's not worth speculating about Byrne and the SEC. Okay. I'll just say I'm getting a little more skeptical the longer this goes on with some of the Byrne stuff he's saying. They're coming in the ring. All right. But what I was going to say is that, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say the be patient thing. Think about when Trump went out in 2020. We lost him. January 20th, 2021, he was gone. And the next few years, we had a large amount of people speculating on all these wild theories of how he'd come back that weren't the election, whether it was military intervention, so on and so forth. We had a lot of people doom out and just be like, we can't beat these guys. It's done. They will never win, and they quit. And then, thank God, most of America didn't give up. And we stayed patient, and we fought, and we held off the worst parts of what the Biden administration was trying to do. We made it so nothing he did was permanent. We had a Supreme Court preserving us. The people kept fighting back, and we survived. And with that patience, we got a payout with Trump winning, with now a bigger coalition, a bigger mandate, more of America on his side, and way better people with him on his team, and much smarter after 4 years to think everything through. We got the best possible version of Trump now. And it was all because we were patient for 4 years. If we had gotten him in 2020, it still would have been better than the last 4 years. But I don't think we would have gotten the drastic revolutionary change that's coming. I just don't. And so patience is worth it. And it's same with stocks. It is. Even with short squeezes. Your ducks are number one. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Thanks, Brett. Alan says, tell the truth, it's going to take longer than a few years, not 1 year. I don't know. Well, the full cleanup will take several years. Alan's absolutely right. It might even take 8 or 12. That's why we need get JD Vance in after. But the most dramatic stuff will happen at the beginning, in my opinion, and the wheels will start turning towards momentum in the way we want it to go in the beginning, and that will set the stage. And as long as it's not messed with, which I also think it'll be almost impossible to wheel back, I think it'll be fine. So, no way Gary turned a blind eye for free. I agree. Still, imagine how deep the corruption is. We found out. Got to be cleaned up. Amen. Yep. Amen. Randy, thrilled to see Pompeo. Pompeo's not going to get close to it. He backstabbed Trump. So now I remember what Trump said, the golden age. Yeah, you know what? Not only did Trump say that, but I believe my own heart, I heard that spoken to me 8 years ago. So, but this is like, I love this tweet because I believe it. The ultimate triumph of Trump 25-29 and then Vance 30-38. See, I'm not the only one thinking like this. We have a window of 34 years where the country is stable, rooted, and most of us can live our lives and not pay attention. Now, I disagree with this last part, not pay attention. We have to pay attention. But we can live our lives, and it won't be this nonstop political battle. This is not how life's supposed to be lived, guys. But we get through this, things get in motion, and yes, most of us can start focusing on our regular life again, So, Brett, they should put Pelosi in as SEC chairman. She's good at stock trades. Yeah, that's funny. Griffin's salving right now. Think you could get that position? Griffin has no chance. No, he's not, Brett. I completely disagree with you there. Ken Griffin's not going to get anywhere close to this administration. Him and Trump hate each other. Trump would never let him anywhere close. Al, Ace, I have an audience looking for hope and prosperity. Use their platform to provide that and do good at it. People will appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did I not do that, Al? Did I do something wrong that you needed to remind me? I'm trying to keep doing that. But thank you, Al. I appreciate the compliment on that. Thank you so much. I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm not going anywhere. And I think for a little bit, the fight's not going to be as intense. And so we're going to focus on growing, getting smarter, and preparing ourselves for what's coming and how to transition through it and how to, and I think, guys, in the next couple of years, once Trump gets in and we go through whatever we have to go through economically, I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for amazing prosperity here soon in the next year to 18 months. I really do. So, and we're going to keep building, and that's what this channel is. I'm not going nowhere. And we'll just keep getting better and better. We won the biggest battle, the most important battle, but now we got to finish it. We just got to finish it out from here on out. Oh, you're a kid on Griffin. Okay. Yeah, he does want Treasury Secretary. He'll never sniff it. Must teach the children back storytelling of past. I like that. So now Brett, giving Ken Griffin SC chairman would be giving a drunk driver a brand new car and a 12-pack. I love it. I love it. You guys are too funny. Are Tyson and Paul fighting? Has it started? Everybody's saying this would be a great fight if I could see it. Tyson tripped, frozen on the walkout. This is not good. Oh man, look at this. Everybody's having buffering issues. Wow, what a disaster for the Tyson-Paul fight. That's not cool at all. I agree, Mad Max. We can't have this fraud. It'll get cleaned up. I really do believe there. Just remember, Trump has a million things to do. And he's just got to put the right team in place, and we just got to pray that everything gets done eventually. And I think it will, but it's not all going to happen day one. Stella, yes, you have to walk through the dart before the light. 100%. No, there's more pain coming. I agree with you. But it's not going to be what it was. It's just not. It might be temporarily intense, but we got the big fight we needed. And we've won the war at this point. Now we're just finishing it. Now we're just closing it out. We're catching the stragglers. We're taking their final hits. But it's just like D-Day. Election Day was D-Day, except we got a much more overwhelming win than the Allies got on D-Day. And after D-Day, the war was pretty much over. The Allies just had to finish it. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We had a Tyson-Paul commercial. There's going to be so many good stuff and coming in from the Trump administration, changing everything. So Tyson will lose to a cramp. That's funny. But on that note, guys, I'm going to let you guys watch the fight. I'm exhausted. I love you guys. I wanted to come on, just talk for a few minutes tonight before, because I missed you this week. But you guys have an awesome weekend. Members, I will see you tomorrow or Sunday for sure. And I'll probably be back on regular live Sunday night or Monday at the latest. But we're doing it, guys. Things are going good. But stay in there. Keep fighting. Don't give up. It's all going to get better. We just have to keep pushing forward. And short selling, whatever. Listen, guys, we're in a season where massive justice is coming to America. Waves and waves of justice. And when it's all said and done, we're going to say, my God, we got almost everything we could have dreamed for and more. That's what I really believe. So, but you guys, love y'all. Enjoy the fight. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all soon. So get some rest, have some fun this weekend, and we'll talk. Bye-bye. Good night.